We were here last week. We adjourned this matter for 1 week. This is a termination of tenancy case. It's a month-to-month lease. Defendant was served a notice to quit in February and the plaintiff wants her to move. Is that still your position, Mr. Agnes?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Rhodes, what's your position?
I moved into the house with you. That was always my position, was
Well, you had a month-to-month tenancy. They gave you sufficient notice to vacate. They don't have to have a good reason. They can just simply ask for the property back. And that's what they've done here. Have you made any provision to move?
I have 4 dogs.
Say
The
that
housing
again?
market. I last month looking.
Your microphone is cutting in and out, so I'm having trouble hearing you. But the bad news is you have 10 days to move or you're subject to being evicted. 10 days from today would be the 9th or the 8th of June. Get my calendar here. Mr. Agnes, I couldn't find an order in here.
Oh, I thought we had emailed one
Well, let me
previous,
see.
but I will get it resent if we haven't.
I didn't see one. It could have gotten separated. Anyway, Miss Rhodes, you're still there. They've dotted the i's and crossed the t's for you to move. I realize this is your mother, but she wants you to move. And this is the procedure that's used to get people to move that don't really want to. So you have 10 days to move or you're subject to being evicted. That's where the sheriff comes and puts your stuff out in the street. I'm not ordering any money damages. I'm not ordering that you pay anything at this point. I'm just asking that you move. If you don't move, you're subject to being evicted. Now, let me tell you a couple things. The classic rule is that you turn in your keys and give your forwarding address in writing within 4 days of your moving.
Hello.
Of course, this is your mother. Yes? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I've lost your audio.
You sound like a TV commercial. Can you hear me now?
Here's Meg. We haven't seen her in a while. Miss Rhodes, I can't hear you and you're making me dizzy. So if you'd sit down or land in one spot, that would make it easier. I just see you walking and your mouth moving, but I can't hear anything that you're saying. All right, Miss Rhodes, you got out of the car for a sort of a scenic tour, but I can't hear you. Can you hear me? All right. Your microphone is muted somehow. It doesn't appear to be, but I can't hear it. As I advised, you have 10 days to move or you're subject to being evicted. That would be the 8th of June. And I also told you, you need to turn in your keys and give your forwarding address within 4 days of your moving. Your landlord is your mother. they're not asking for any money damages at this point. She simply wants you to move. So I'm gonna send you a copy of this order saying that you have 10 days to move and 10 days to appeal it.
And we've resent that.
What's that?
We've resent the judgment form.
Yes, I see that. Elaine, would you print that for me? Miss Rhodes, you can hear me, but I can't hear you. Looks like you're at a place of commercial business or something. But at any rate, you're gonna have to move out. I don't believe there's a security deposit here or anything, but that would be part of the equation. They could apply your security deposit to any unpaid rent or damages. I heard you better when you were in the car, and plus I didn't get as dizzy. Elaine, I don't know if you saw that email from Andrew to 3B Civil, but there's a judgment there to print. She's on the passenger side. All right, Miss Rhodes, I can see you better now, but I still can't hear you. You indicated that you could hear me when I asked you if you'd made any provision to move. That's when your microphone cut out. I'd like her to print that order that Andy sent to 3B Civil. All right, I guess that's all I can do. You're gonna get an order in the mail. You have 10 days to move or you're subject to being evicted, and you also have 10 days to appeal it. Did you understand that? If you did, nod your head. Okay, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Andrew, I got dismissals in your other two cases. You had sent us an email earlier in the week saying that those were in the works. So it looks like you don't need to appear for anything else this morning. Okay. All right, the tie comes off.
Yep.
And you can discuss. What I didn't explain to her is your client has 56 days from today to seek the writ of eviction. But obviously there's some family discord here and I don't have to understand it, but you can advise your client accordingly. Thank you.
Hey, Meg, did they send you the dog outing notice?
Hey Andy, I think there's an issue with the the email list for the bar association. Like I haven't gotten any emails since 2025 probably. But I'll text Ross today. I
Just
put a
send,
list together, or I pulled the old emails and I separated them by name and stuff like that. So I'll text Ross today and try to get that fixed.
Okay, and I'll
send her an
just
email, Andrew.
directly to you also.
That
All
sounds
right,
good.
thank you. Meg, it sounds like you came back from vacation with something. But anyway, your fans were wondering where you were, and thanks for coming back today. Today is dense, but it doesn't seem too terrible.
Seems like Andy just got us up.
Yeah, Andy, let me, all right,
Yep.
thank you. Hearing 10 days from today. Today's the 29th, it'll be June 9, June 8. This is Signature Enterprises versus Sean Haley. The file number is 26927LT. Attorney Matt Davidson is here with his client, the owner of Signature Enterprises. This is filed as a termination of tenancy case. This is a property on East Street in Three Rivers. Seems like we went through this before. Anyway, they want you to move. They served a notice to quit on you on March 15th. It's now June 29th. This was I think a week-to-week tenancy. No, there is no lease. So I'm not sure what it was. Anyway, they want you to move. And as such, you have a right to hire a lawyer. If you cannot afford an attorney, you could see if legal aid would be willing and eligible to represent you in the matter, or you could seek other legal advice. You have a right to have the case heard here in St. Joseph County where the property is located.
Yes, sir.
You have a right to demand a jury trial. If you wish to have a jury trial, you must tell me at this first appearance or file the written demand within 5 days and be prepared to pay the $50 jury demand fee unless the judge waives your fee for your inability to pay it. You may be able to resolve the case by going to mediation with your landlord. That has never happened, but it might. And if both parties are interested in going to mediation, the court can make that referral.
Yes, sir.
And finally, you may be able to reach some sort of an agreement with the landlord that means a conditional order of dismissal would be prepared, short of an actual court order or writ. And if that was the case, Mr. Davidson or the court could assist in preparing that. Mr. Davidson, at this point, your client is simply asking for possession of the premises back.
Yes, please, Your Honor.
What's your position, Mr. Haley?
My position is, I really don't understand why he's asking me to leave the premises. I do want to work for him.
Boy, this is bad. This is our conference room and I can barely hear it.
Yeah.
Why don't you scoot up a little closer to the microphone?
Or judge, have him in the courtroom, and if we need a consult, he can go back out there.
Right. We'll see how this works. All right, Mr. Haley, they want you to move. What did you want to tell me?
Well, like I said, I'm only like a month, I believe, just 1 month.
All right, just stop for a minute. Just come on in the courtroom.
All right,
Mr. Haley.
All right.
That's bad. Those rooms are little aluminum boxes set out in the historic hallway. They're not ideal. Somebody unlock the door,
Yeah.
or at least open the door. We don't have a bailiff up here this morning. That's one way to keep people out of the courtroom.
I'll drive over and do it, Your Honor.
What's that?
I'll drive over and do it.
Do you have a key? I have a key. I guess I could get off my butt and go do it myself. All right, I've got one, but anyway, good morning. You're Sean Haley.
Yes, yes.
Just have a seat. I've known you for about 45 years.
You want me to stand up here?
No, you can
All
have a
right.
seat.
All right.
All right, I can hear you better and see you.
Yeah,
Your landlord is asking you to move.
Yeah.
And what's your position?
my position is, at this moment, my rent, to him it has been direct deposit. It goes straight to his bank. I only missed one month, and that was when the tornado hit Three Rivers and crashed my bank, Central Bank in, and I ended up, couldn't get to them or anything, and had to use money to survive a little bit. I thought maybe it already went directly to him, but apparently it didn't. So,
Well, at this point,
Instead
he's
of
not
him-
asking you to pay the rent.
yeah,
He's simply asking that you move. Now,
Yeah.
have you paid any rent since March?
matter of fact, today it should go in his account into the
Well,
bank right
Did you
now.
pay April's rent?
Yes, I did.
Did you pay May's rent?
Yeah, I missed just, when the tornado came, that was it. Apparently,
Just a minute.
apparently he's upset because I don't do the work, like, go cut his grass at his house.
Well, let's
I
see
do
what the deal
everything
is.
else.
Mr. Davidson,
March.
has,
Yeah, the situation, Your Honor, was that he had the money, I believe he gets Social Security or for whatever the money that gets direct deposited into his account, he would spend it before it got, before the rent got done. And that happened, he brought in part of the month for February, none of the rent for March.
Oh, come
The rent for April was paid, and I believe that just because it was automatic deduction, it didn't pay just now for April,
no,
or for May.
I can
But
get back.
we'd refund it, or, I mean, he's behind a month anyway, so as long as he's current on the, we
well, you can't accept rent in a termination of
Right.
tenancy case after the notice to quit. So he's filed a notice to quit, there's no lease, he's accepted April's rent and now May's rent.
Yeah,
So he's either gonna have to turn this into a termination of tenancy case, of a non-payment of rent case. He forfeited his right to terminate the tenancy by accepting rent for April and May.
Yeah.
That's
I
the Park
disagree, Your
Forest.
Honor. Why is why, Your Honor, is if he terminates his tenancy, he couldn't keep his rent current? I believe he can. The termination of tenancy is not about rent. If he has a termination of tenancy, as long as he's current to the date of the eviction, that's legal. He doesn't have to not take rent in a termination of tenancy as long as he's not behind, and the person was behind to begin with, so he's still not current.
no.
Termination of tenancy is not about rent.
Mr. Davidson, I'm sorry. You're absolutely incorrect.
All right.
There's a case in Park Forest that says when you file a termination of tenancy, you can no longer accept rent.
My apology.
There are some exceptions, but once you accept the rent, it undoes the efforts. So the landlord's in a catch-22. Once they file the termination of tenancy, they can't accept any more rent. So it might take April, May, and June to get the defendant out. In the meantime, the defendant is 3 months behind on the rent. The landlord has missed out on 3 months, and they'll probably never collect it. But I didn't decide the case. That's what the rule is. Meg, you have any input on this?
Yeah, I do, Judge. There's a case subsequent to Park Forest. It's called Aspen Enterprises.
Yes.
It comes down to this, it threads the needle on that catch-22, but it comes down to the understanding and representations to the tenant, and essentially the offer of rent and the acceptance of rent by the landlord, absent a representation otherwise, operates as a renewal of the month-to-month tenancy. So under the facts in this case, I would agree that the termination notice has been waived by the acceptance of rent.
So the question is, what do we do now? Yes, Mr. Haley. So what Mr. Davidson contends, and apparently you acknowledge, you're 1 month behind in the rent, which was March's rent. March 6th, there was a tornado in Three Rivers, which did lots of damage, including almost demolishing the Century Bank and Trust
Correct.
at 131 and Broadway.
Correct.
And I don't think it's open yet. Now, the whole bank isn't demolished, just that branch. At any rate, it appears you were behind March's rent. They filed the notice to quit on March 15th. They accepted April's rent and they accepted May's rent. so we can either start over again,
Or I can,
or what's
Or-
your preference?
well, like if that month's behind. So each month that I pay, I add another $100 to that until I catch up with the $595, you know, to take.
How much is the rent each month?
$595.
So when you paid April's rent, you added $100
No,
to
I
it?
said, like today
Okay.
will be the first, will be our first. And instead of $595, it'll be $695. And each month, it will be $695 until I pay that $595.
Well,
But if
that's
they
an
want to,
option.
yeah, if they want to go that way. If not,
Now, you mentioned that you thought he was mad at you because you didn't mow
Because
the
I-
grass and that sort
yeah.
of thing.
but I look at Mr. Ron as like, almost like a grandfather. I've been working for him ever since he had 4 or 5 other apartments or places. I've been painting, hardwood floors, carpeting. I still do this. I take care of the building that I'm in right now. I did 3 apartments in there already, and I'm doing the one that I'm living in. I'm fixing it up. I'm the one that's painting. I'm the one that's doing the floors and everything like that. He got to the point where Ron is really nice, but he got to the point, I am 63 years old. You have to give me respect. You don't come, like he walks into my apartment 5, 6 times unannounced. He just comes in and I said, well, you know, this is my house. No, this is my house, he says. And I have company or something. You still can, you have to let me know that you're coming to my house. You just don't use your key and walk right in. He
That's
did
correct.
it, he did it the other day.
Why don't you have a lease?
They never gave it to me. I went and filled it out at their home and they never gave me a lease. They said reason why the lease is because it was the first month's and the deposit and they waived over the deposit because I did so much work. So boom, they knocked that out of the way. All right, I still never got a lease. I'm the only person that they deal with that has a direct deposit, which I didn't understand that. But he took me, Ron himself, took me to the bank twice. After the tornado, before the tornado, when it was in 3 Rivers, and after the tornado, to make sure that the direct deposit goes to his bank. We did that. I had no problem. It started, and I was like, "Ooh, that's out of my hands. That's good. I don't have to worry about it." Well, right now, like I said, I like him, and I'm not gonna stop doing work for him, but if he really wants me to move, the money that's being direct deposited to him and all that, I have nothing to move with. So, 2 or 3 months.
There's several issues. There is no lease.
Mhm.
You're making a direct deposit from your bank to him,
Yes, sir.
which gets his rent paid. $595 is about the lowest rent you're gonna find
Yeah.
in St. Joe County.
I
That's
understand.
not subsidized.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be difficult for you to find somewhere to move to. He undid his termination of tenancy by accepting 2 months' rent after he filed the notice to quit. The representation would be that it would then continue again. So I don't really want to make you pay a filing fee and everything all over again. But we can go, I can just dismiss it because the landlord has accepted rent after the notice to quit. Or I could continue it and allow you to serve a new notice to quit. But then we gotta wait 30 days to set a hearing. You gotta give them 1 month's notice. Also, you can't simply enter his apartment.
Thank you.
He has dominion over the apartment and
Thank
it's his house. And, Mr. Weiner, I'm gonna put you in the waiting room while you finish your breakfast and then we'll come back in here in a minute. Anyway, Mr. Davidson, what would be your preference here?
Well, I've silently listened. The issue was created by Mr. Haley that it was about rent. There's more going on than just rent here. And because of the automatic payment is why we got stuck in being current. Because he was
Yes.
2 months behind, he was spending the money, he wasn't getting the money. And then all
Well,
of a
you
sudden,
don't
and my only point was that, he's also removed the sink, torn up the property, he's done it's not just about rent. He's making it that, and it's obviously an issue, but the acceptance of the rent happened automatically, which is the reason that,
All
you know,
right.
he didn't,
Well,
wasn't in a
you
position to not.
you don't even need a reason. If you want to terminate it, you can terminate it, but you can't accept rent. Mr. Haley, he's not trying to evict you because you didn't pay a month's rent. He doesn't want to have you as a tenant anymore. One thing you should do is stop your automatic deposit before it makes June's payment. Well, I don't know what to say about it because I'm gonna dismiss this.
I believe they already
They already accepted
I
June's
believe,
payment?
yes, sir. I believe it's already done. If today, for the first is gonna be on the Saturday or Sunday, it's already done today.
We'll pay it into the court, Your Honor.
Say that again?
Well, we can't do anything with his account. So
Yes,
if,
that's up to
if
him.
another one
But you
comes up,
can,
we'll pay it into the court. We don't want to accept it. It happens automatically. And we can't stop it.
He tried.
He said he tried to stop, Mr. Ron here said that Mr. Haley had tried to stop it, but I don't know about
No,
that.
I haven't. No,
And
I have
can't
not.
answer that.
If I would have known to stop it, if this was going to really go through,
all right, well, he wants you to move.
Yeah.
And you, I guess my advice is you prepare to find a place
I've,
to
I've,
move.
I've been,
Oh, I can't believe they're gonna do this while we're held in court.
I've been looking, but it's gonna take me at least 2 to 3 months to get first deposit and the rent to wherever. Like you say, $595, you're not gonna find that anywhere. So we're looking at maybe $900, $800 plus $900, $800 for a deposit too. That's, I only get
All
like.
right, well, we got way out of whack here. We've taken a long inordinate amount of time on this case
I'm
because
sorry.
it's got some wrinkles to it.
What is your suggestion?
The plaintiff argues his money was automatically transferred from his account to my account. And I didn't have the ability to not accept it. So I'm gonna explore
Judge, we
that further.
see landlords return the rent all the time.
What's that, Meg?
We see landlords return the rent or do
Yes.
other things to mitigate this issue.
That's what they're supposed to do. We could pay it into escrow, I suppose. But yes, many rent now is automatic deduction. All right. Plaintiff directed to remit June or,
Your Honor,
yes,
he's still behind, so how about if you just dismiss it and we'll start over? Because if you order us to give up money now, while he's already still behind a month and a half, that's not fair to the plaintiff, so just.
I was gonna have you pay it to the court, but yes, all right, dismiss the case. Plaintiff will refile.
And please direct that he stop his automatic rent.
I will.
Yes,
I
stop
will if
your
that's,
automatic.
yes,
I would direct you to do that today.
yes, sir.
All right, I'll do an order dismissing the
Would,
case.
Your Honor, when I stop the case, the order right now, right? What if that money's already went to his bank already?
Well, then you'll have to deal with that with your bank. Now, one of the issues is if you're staying there, let's say you stop payment
Mhm.
and well, right now, if he's dismissing it, you need to pay June's rent.
Yeah, okay.
So
I have no
the
problem
case
with
is dismissed, you owe April, May, June's rent.
Yeah.
Once he refiles it, then you don't pay anymore.
Yeah.
But if June's rent has already been paid, you're good to stay there through the end of June.
Okay, I have no problem. If they paid it already, I have no problem. See, I have no problem with Ron or Miss Elaine at all. I have no quarrels with them at all. I'm shocked at the way they feel because like I say, I do all the maintenance.
He says you've removed your sink and done some other stuff.
It was old fashioned, steel, everything like that. And I bought a brand new sink and I installed it and faucets for that sink in the bathroom because it's an old historical house. And like I said, I did the other 3 apartments. Like I did the floors, I took up the carpet, did hardwood floors, painted everything, all that. There was never a problem. When I told them about that, there was no problem to take out the sink and all that. I did all that, and I'm still working on the place right now, putting towels down on the floor. I don't, if they want me to,
Well, this case is gonna be dismissed. You owe April's rent, May's rent, June's rent. You paid April and May. June may be paid. You're also behind.
Mhm.
So you need to catch up on the rent that's not paid, but they're gonna dismiss the case and start over again. So my suggestion is you start to look for a place to move.
Yeah, exactly. I am. I mean,
So you got some lead time,
yeah.
but you have to pay June's rent. Once they file another notice to quit, then that forgoes your obligation to pay rent.
Okay.
All right.
Your Honor,
You're good to go.
I just want to raise one issue. You had said you would stay there till the end of June. Right now, he's paid halfway through May. So we just disagree with that point.
Well, I'm not clear. He said April,
He's behind,
Yes,
and they
he's
made a
behind.
payment in June, but it's
Yeah.
not for June, current on his
fair
rent.
enough, but anyway, he'll be there in June, so he owes the obligation to pay the next month's rent. The June rent will be applied to May if he's a month behind.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Haley, you're good to
So
go.
should I stop my?
Yes,
Okay.
well, you're gonna be there in June, so you
Right.
need to pay the
I
rent.
like for that to go through already,
All
yeah.
right, then after that, I would stop the automatic
Yeah.
payment.
Yeah.
It doesn't forgive your obligation to pay rent. If you're still there in July, you'll owe that month's rent too.
Yeah, I'm going to look for me
All
another
right.
place. I don't,
All
I
right, you're
can't
good to
go through, I'm
go.
too old for to go through
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around.
that. For real, right? Thank you very much, Ron.
Okay. All right, Mr. Weiner has rejoined us. Let's bring in a phone number here.
Hi,
Good morning. Who am I speaking with?
Kiara Sami.
All right. All right, Miss Summy is here. Oops. And Brett and Heather Stecker are here. Stuart Weiner is here. Chris Corpening is here. We've got a couple of memory lanes cases right in a row here. And we will tell Miss Summy what her rights are as a tenant. We're going to take the notice and change it. I don't like doing this by telephone only. We're going to take the telephone option out People either come in live or they can Zoom in, but doing it by telephone has got lots of problems. At any rate, Mr. and Mrs. Stecker, you already heard this, but let me tell Miss Summey. You're a tenant in a landlord-tenant proceeding, and your landlord is asking you to pay the rent or move. In such a case, you have certain legal rights. You have the right to hire a lawyer. We don't have court-appointed lawyers for civil cases. However, you may be eligible for legal consultation or even representation by legal aid. And yes, I have Richard, who that is. Mr. Pizzoli. All right. You may see if legal aid would be willing to represent you or could seek other legal advice. You have a right to have in St. Joseph County where the property is located. You have a right to have a jury trial. If you wish to have a jury trial, you must tell the court at this first appearance, be prepared to file a written demand for a jury trial within 5 days of today's date and pay the $50 jury demand fee unless the judge waives the fee for your inability to pay it. Several of these cases are demand for non-payment of rent. You may be able to get some emergency financial rental assistance if you are eligible, or otherwise if you qualify for it. You could request assistance from legal aid, from Department of Health and Human Services, Community Action Agency, or Neighborhood Inc., or other potential funding source. You may be able to reach a resolution with the landlord by going through mediation. If both parties are interested in resolving the case through mediation, the court can help set that up. If you can reach an agreement with the landlord, that means the case would get dismissed voluntarily. Fix my tie here. We could file what's called a conditional order of dismissal. And Mr. Wiener would assist, or the court would assist in preparing that. This is filed as a demand for non-payment of rent. Your rent is alleged to be $975 per month, which I think is both lot and rent. I'd also note the owner of the park, Richard Pizzoli, is here, and the manager, Chris Corpening. Good morning, Mr. Wiener. What's the status here?
Are we talking about the Steckers or Sumney?
No, we're talking Summey.
Okay. Sunny currently owes rent for March, April, and May. She owes late fees and court costs. The total is $3,332.10. And I want to remind the court that June rent is due on Monday.
Yes.
She's going to have another $975 that will become due.
What are the court costs?
Court costs are $257.10.
So the total is
$3,332.10.
all right. I didn't get the rent portion.
The rent is $2,925. The late fees are $150. And the court costs are $257.10.
Total of $3,332.10. Miss Summey, what's your position here?
I'm currently going through disability and I'm just kind of struggling right now. I did just get approved for state assistance as of Thursday. Well, yesterday. And so I am trying to catch up the rent.
You got approved for rental assistance?
I just have screenshots as of right now. They are going through trying to figure out how much they are going to pay, and I just have to pay the difference.
All right. All right, Elaine, go ahead and have her have a seat, and we'll come to that in a minute. All right, well, the law requires that I adjourn this matter at least 7 days. And that takes us to next Friday. And as Mr. Weiner pointed out, June's rent is just around the corner. So by the time I see you next, it will be June. It will be Friday, June 5th. And I will see you at 1:40 on June 5th.
Okay.
We'll see what's going to happen with your financial assistance, but you might as well just assume we're going to add another late fee and another rent fee to that figure.
Yeah, I've already kind of figured that up. I went up and talked to Chris a few days ago about it, and we did get like a number set up so that way I had kind of an idea on what I will need.
Very good. I always tell everybody to stay in contact with your manager. You're already doing that. If you do get some emergency financial assistance, that would help. Now, here's the worst case scenario. I tell you, you owe $332 plus, or $3,332.10 plus an additional $1,025 for about a total of $4,500 within 10 days. And if you don't pay that within 10 days, they can evict you from there. Sheriff will put all your stuff out in the street. That's not good. So you're working on emergency financial assistance. You're in contact with your manager. I can't advise any more than that, but we'll revisit this next Friday at 1:40. Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, I think from here it's just pretty much getting my stuff together, make sure I can pay what I need. Otherwise, leave peaceful.
When you come back next Friday, I want you to either Zoom in or be here live. I don't like to do it only by telephone because I can't even really tell who I'm talking to. So if you can't get the Zoom to work, you can just come here to the court.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. My son had a field trip, so I was here and I just didn't have good service, so I figured to call in.
All right, well, we got through what we needed, so I'll see you next Friday at 1:40.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's jump ahead here to the Steckers, and then we'll come back to some of the other cases that we've got.
He's got a lot of cases this morning. He's got a lot of landlord-tenant.
Ms. Patnod will be with you in just a moment.
Oh.
This is turned to, this one's set for 9:37. It's 9:38. We were here last week in this matter. It's file 26888 LT. Memory Lanes versus Brett Stecker. They are all present. We determined that rent was 1,899.20, or rent was 1,590. Court costs were 309. So we ended up with 1,899.20 through May. Defendant's position is that we're going to try to get caught up on the rent. Mr. Weiner, what's the position here?
Your Honor, the Steckers have done an outstanding job. They only owe at this point May rent of $1,050, and the court costs, filing fee, and attorney fees totals $309. of it, so the total is $1,359.20.
All right, Mr. and Mrs. Stecker, what's your position?
We are working everything that we have into here, Your Honor. We've been up times. Every time we get any kind of extra money, we've been dropping it off to her. We've been up to talk to her so she knows what the very beginning of next week looks like, and how much extra we'll be giving for the rent plus for the beginning of next week. So we've been trying to work with her.
Now, rent is gonna accrue for June.
Yes.
In just a few days.
Yes.
So we're gonna add 1,050 for June to the total.
Yes, sir.
I find that you have 10 days from today to pay $1,050 in rent and $309.20 in court costs, or be subject to being evicted. 10 days from today is June the 8th. Now, that does not include June's rent, because we aren't at June
Yes,
yet. I used to include it, but the circuit court told me I shouldn't do that, so I don't do that anymore.
Yes, sir.
About half of the judges were doing it that way, and the other half weren't. At any rate, they can agree to work with you for up to 56 days before they ask for the writ of eviction to get caught up on the rent. They've done that for many years. I say when they have a good tenant, it's easier to keep a good tenant in there than move one out and move another one in. You've already shown some good faith by making some efforts to get caught up on your rent. So let me repeat. I'm going to do an order that says you owe $1,050 in rent through May, $309.20 in costs, for a total of $1,359.20. Mr. Weiner, I would ask if you would email me an order.
Will do.
No, I haven't. I do have one in here.
I thought I included
You did. Yeah, I think we've gotten over that hurdle. So I do have an order. I find that through May, rent is $1,050. Court costs are $309.20. For a total of $1,359.20. 10 days from today is June the 8th. Partial payment will not prevent the writ of eviction, and it may be liable for additional rent, including June, which will accrue, and no money judgment is entered at this time. You also have until June 8th to appeal this. Now, you've done the two things I would have recommended: continue to make payments, stay in contact with your manager. Do you have any questions?
I don't believe so. We owe court costs to part, correct? We don't pay them to the
Yes, you pay it all to the plaintiff.
Your Honor, if I may, I do have one question.
Yes?
Your Honor, why are we not entering a money judgment at this time? We are confident they will pay, but just so I know for the future.
Well, let's discuss that. But you have a lawyer. Do you want to represent yourself?
Sure, I have a recurring question. Mr. Weiner is okay with it.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Okay. You can answer it, or I can.
Well, normally what we do, for example, June's rent has not accrued yet. If I do a money judgment, it would only go through May. And then they would be into June, and then you'd have an additional late fee in June's rent, plus any other damage. So we don't normally, you can, if you request it, I'll grant it, but then if they trashed the trailer or there are other issues, then you can't come back for a second bite at the apple. So routinely, we wait to issue the money judgment until such time as damages have been established. We know what the damages are right now. We know what the rent is, we know what the late fees, we know what the court costs. You haven't taken possession of the trailer. What if the carpets are ruined, or the sink is torn off, or there's other damage? Also, we haven't included June's rent. So that's the way Judge McManus did it for 50 years, because he didn't want to have 2 hearings every time. So I'll give you a money judgment, but it won't include any potential damage, and it won't include June's rent.
I would like a money judgment, Your Honor, if we could, please.
Mr. Weiner, what's your position?
If that's what Richard would like, I'm fine with that.
All
I
right.
don't understand, sir. I don't know what that means.
It means that in addition to paying the rent, let's say you decide to move out. He would already have a money judgment against you for this amount of rent and court costs. So I wouldn't have to file a separate action to come back.
Okay.
Pay the rent, it's fine. If you move, he already has a money judgment of rent through May. So I will use the plaintiff's request, 1050-309-20, 135920. If you pay the rent, you don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
If you don't pay, they've got a money judgment that they can try to collect on. It saves them a step. The trade-off is he can't ask for any additional damages if there is some, but it does bring the case to close. It sounds like you and the manager are on the same wavelength. You're working on getting your rent caught up. I encourage you to continue to do that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, now we got 6 more people in the waiting room. Let's bring them in. Some more telephones. I don't like the way this is. All right, we got a cast of thousands here with us now. Our next case is set for 9/35. We have a couple of more cases from Memory Lane Mobile Home Park. Sarah Reggio is here, and her case was set for 9/32. This is also a non-payment of rent case. We were here last week. Rent was through May, $2,030. Late fees, court costs, we came up with $2,527.10. Mr. Weiner, what's the status here?
You're accurate with your numbers, Your Honor. We did not receive a payment since the last hearing date. So Ms. Riggio's $1,127.20. And she, of course, is going to owe, an additional $560 on June 1st. This is only a lot. By the way, Your Honor, there is a terrible echo coming, and I don't think it's coming from me, so I just want you to be aware of that.
No, this courtroom has an echo because of its size, and people say it's quite disconcerting. We've turned down the television, we've done some other things. We had the sound techs in here to try to deal with it, but we haven't fixed it. So my apologies. It's not your connection is very good.
Okay, good.
So much. Ms. Reggio, what's your position here?
I will be able to pay $1,300 on Monday. I won't be able to get it until Monday and get it up there. And then I am still working on getting the remaining amount, including June.
All right, what's your plan to pay the rent through June?
Beg, plead, and borrow.
Well, this is a strange circumstance. They're evicting your trailer off the lot. This is not a just cause termination. It's a demand for non-payment of lot rent. So they aren't evicting you from the trailer, they're evicting the trailer from the lot. And many Michigan judges say you can't do that. I allow it because it gives the tenant an opportunity to try to redeem the property. Mr. Weiner, you may be aware, Mr. Pizzoli, you maybe are as well. There's a package of bills in the legislature right now, Mr. Weiner, to try to address this and a number of other mobile home problems. As you know, I lost Richard. I don't see him anymore.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure. Chris, was he only here for one hearing?
I don't know for sure. He may have gotten a call. I'm not sure.
Okay.
At any rate, they're working on it. It seems to have bipartisan support, and the judges all over the state have been struggling with some of these issues. I'm interested to see how it goes.
I've been following it as well, Your Honor. It does seem to be something that the legislature wants to do.
Well, it either needed to get fixed by some judicial hearing rulings or by legislation, and the better would be to do it by legislation. I'm looking for a court order in here, and I don't think I have one in this
No,
one.
I think this is the last one. We filed this a while ago.
Yes.
So I wasn't including the blank judgment.
All right. Ms. Riggio, same thing.
Yeah.
Your manager and your owner have discretion to give you up to 56 days from the day to ask for the writ of eviction. You've got a plan to try to get caught up on the rent. It is a very large, difficult pain in the neck to remove a trailer from a lot. It's expensive. There isn't anywhere to put it. You can move it. In the other method, a just cause termination in a mobile home park, they can give you 90 days to move or sell the mobile home or 10 days to vacate. This one, they're just evicting your trailer off the lot. And so it's in everybody's interest if you guys can work something out.
Yes.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign an order that Mr. Weiner's going to send me that says you owe $2,070 plus late fees plus court costs for a total of $2,527.10.
Correct.
And that does not include June. That's only through May.
Right.
All right, stay in contact with Ms. Corpening. She's been at this for a long time. And let her know what your intentions are. Do you have any questions?
All right, thank you. Nope, that's it.
All right, thank you. This is a demand for non-payment of rent. Mr. Bradshaw, what's the status here?
Your Honor, the current amount due through the month of May, $2,525, $222.57 in court costs, for a total of $2,777.57.
Mr. Havens, Ms. Padnod, what's your position?
Hi, good morning. Our position as of right now, it's just hardships. We moved in the first week of March, and we've had some terrible luck. As soon as we moved in, we had some tornado and some car damage. These are all excuses, Your Honor, for what occurred to us. And we had 3 deaths in the family that just set us behind the 8 ball for right now. And unfortunately, we got ourselves in this predicament. We were before you back around Christmas time. Was living at a place for 6 years.
Just a moment. Elaine, the sound in this room is terrible. Why don't you both come right into the courtroom?
Okay, sir, we'll do it. You want us to come to the courtroom?
So, Your Honor, if I may.
Yeah. Let's wait till they won't be able to hear you.
No, so regarding file number 26728LT, Carolyn O'Byrne and Bernard O'Byrne.
Yes.
Did you get the conditional dismissal that was sent to me this morning from them?
I believe I did. Let me look. No, I have Betty Bell, but I don't have the conditional dismissal in that. Have a seat right there if you would.
On the right or the left, sir?
Right there on the left. So there is a conditional dismissal coming in that one?
Well, yes, but we can chat about it.
Wow. Never been up here before, Your Honor.
No.
This is something else. This is historic.
I'll give you a little history in a minute.
Wow, you even got windows here, huh? Very nice.
Yeah, I finally hit the big time. I got windows.
After 40 years.
After 47 years, I got windows. This is the historic courtroom here in St. Joseph County. This courthouse was built in 1899.
Wow.
For many years, 75 or 80 years, this was the operating circuit courtroom. When they built the courts building next door, they let this building go into disrepair. In 1995, 96, and 97, they restored this building and did a very nice job restoring all the woodwork and restoring this building to its original condition.
Yeah.
It's been a county commissioner's room for the last 25 years or so. With the construction going on next door, they've turned this once again into a courtroom. So I have the privilege of using it almost every day.
I like it. You look good back there too.
So Mr. Havens and Miss Patnaud have been struggling financially. He's had some other issues here. On March 6th, a tornado hit Three Rivers and directly hit this apartment complex.
Yeah, it's still in a lot of disarray.
A lot of roofs were removed, a lot of vehicles were damaged, and the building is still being repaired.
Yes, sir.
So Mr. Patnaud, or Mr. Havens and Miss Patnaud, is your desire to stay there?
We would like to, as you know, right around the holidays there in 2025, we had to move a conditional order of dismissal with Village Manor. And we were right here in Centerville for about 30 days at the shelter. And we needed something drastically. We totally underestimated the St. Joseph County housing market. So we jumped in over there at River Trails, and things has been good, but then the tornado, the deductible with the car, she just lost her brother. I lost my brother. And that required travel, and it put us behind in rent, and that's why we're here. I've been talking.
These are nice apartments. They're not subsidized. These are market rate, and rent is $1,165 a month.
Yes.
And so that's hard
Very.
to maintain that. But you may be eligible because of all these things for some emergency financial assistance. Have you asked for an emergency help?
I contacted Carol at Carol McNary at Neighborhood Inc. And I also spoke with DHS. And I'm just in a rough spot. combined together, we bring home $1,900 a month and the $1,200 rent. And by paper, it's very doable on paper.
That's what I thought, you can't afford to live here. You need some subsidized housing,
I'm on waiting list, Your Honor.
but, maybe you can get some emergency help. Mr. Bradshaw, the regular course of business, we would adjourn this till next Friday. Do you wish to go farther than that?
I think to keep it, just to keep it going, not necessarily, not that we will need a trial next Friday, but if I can have the defendant call me directly and I'll get you my phone number, maybe we can come up with something. You should know that any agreement that we come up with, like a conditional dismissal, will have to include June rent as well. But if you have a pen there, I can give you my direct number. If not, then call the number on the summons.
Yeah, come right up here and get one. All right, well, just a moment.
Yep.
We're gonna continue this to June 5th at 1:45.
Yeah. And then, Your Honor, if we needed more time after that, so be it. But let's try to get some homework done between now and next week.
Yes, all right. Go ahead and give your number.
269 569 7590.
No, 7590.
Right. One more time. 269 569 7590.
All right, now I encourage you to continue to work with Neighborhood Inc. and DHS. And then you did a previous conditional order of dismissal, I think with these same lawyers. So you call him and discuss this. We're going to continue this to next Friday afternoon, June 5th at 1:45. And Mr. Bradshaw indicated next month will be another month's rent. The cold hard truth is you can't afford to live here. Your income isn't enough to support a $1,165 a month rent. So hopefully maybe you can get some emergency help.
Actually, I'm waiting for a call back from them, and there's some other organizations that kind of pointed out.
All right.
that how.
Well, we'll revisit this next Friday. You're welcome to come right here to the courthouse. We'll be here in this nice room. Now, in the old days, they didn't have any air conditioning in here.
Wow.
So they didn't hold court in the summertime because it was too hot.
I can imagine.
Our air conditioner broke the other day and it was hot in here, but we managed to get through everything. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Miss Richmond.
And give me a call, folks. Give me a call.
Thank you, sir.
All right, John, is that your only case this morning?
Well, if I might, file number 26728LT. I did receive a signed conditional dismissal this morning from Carolyn Bernie, I think. It's not signed by Mr. But I don't know if that was a technological problem they had. I'm going to submit this conditional dismissal and reserve any rights I might have as to Bernard if there's a default. I don't think there'll be a default.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good weekend. Good luck with the rest of your docket.
All right, thank you. We're still struggling. All right. Michelle Dayton, is that you? All right, would you unmute your phone?
Yes.
Good morning. All right, hallelujah. We
Yeah,
finally
sorry for the
got you
technical
connected.
difficulty.
You've been jamming up the works all morning. Let me give you a name. All right, you heard me go through the advice of rights a couple of times. This
I haven't
is
heard nothing, sir. My phone hasn't, I haven't heard nobody.
All right, can you hear me now?
I can.
All right. Mr. Stuart Weiner is here on behalf of the plaintiff. And your manager, Chris Corpening, is here. And Meg Bauer from Legal Aid.
Okay.
This is filed as a demand for non-payment of rent. Your rent is $875 per month. It was last paid, they say, in February. Mr. Weiner, what's the current arrearage?
So, Ms. Dayton owes rent for March, April, and May for a total of $2,625. She owes late fee for the 3 months. That total is $150. And then she owes court costs totaling $257.10. The total is $3,032.10. And like the others, June 1st, she's going to owe another $875.
Ms. Dayton, what's your position? Do you wish to try to stay here?
Well, I lost my job in March, and I filed for disability, and I've gotten hold of Department of Family and Children Services to help with the back rent. I just had a complete nervous breakdown. I didn't mean to miss any of it. There's just been a lot going on.
Who else? Does anyone else live there besides you?
No, sir.
All right, well, the law requires that we adjourn this matter for 7 days, at least 7 days. So I'm going to set this for next Friday afternoon. I'm already filling that calendar up. I'm gonna set it for 1:55. That would be June 5th. As Mr. Weiner indicated, this amount, $3,032.10, would go up by $875 plus a late fee. It'll go up by $925. So 3,032.10 plus 925 is 3,957.10. So it's going to be about $4,000. If the DHS will give you some emergency financial assistance, that would be wonderful. That would pay your rent through June. If they don't, you're subject to being evicted 10 days after our hearing on June 5th, which means you'd either have to pay the rent or move out by June 15th, or the sheriff would come put your stuff out in the street. That's not a good outcome. So you stay in contact with your manager, Ms. Corpening, and DHS. The problem with disability is it often takes a long time for it to go through the whole process.
Yes.
All right, we did finally figure out how for you to get logged in and hear me and see me. Hopefully next week we won't have as much trouble as we had this morning. You also were late, so I want you to be here by 1:55, probably be here by 1:45 next Friday afternoon, and we'll address this further. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. You're good to go. Mr. Nate?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. We've got several general civil cases. We're backed up on our landlord-tenant cases. Nobody is here. Ms. Payon isn't here, and she's on a couple of them. So just bear with me. Let me finish our landlord-tenants, and then we'll come.
While you're doing that, I do have one with Mr. James Banks. I see he's on. If you can put us in a quick breakout room, I'll see if I can talk to him for a second.
All right, Mr. Banks, I'm going to put you in what's called a breakout room with Mr. Nate, and you can speak with him privately. Mr. Nate, I'm warning you, this room had very poor sound quality. I think maybe we're doing better.
No worries.
Mr. Bank, that's why you're in the conference room, so I can have you speak privately with the attorney in what's called a breakout room. So when the button comes up to say join, you click on that and you can speak privately with the esteemed Mr. Preston Nate and discuss the circumstances of your case, and then we'll come back and address it in the courtroom. Thank you. That's a good use of this time.
Okay.
All right. Miss Washington and Mr. Baldwin. Let's see what we got here. Keisha was actually set for 9:45. Keisha, can you hear me?
Yes.
This is file 26978 LT. We've got several cases by Terry and Larry Richmond. This is a non-payment of rent case. Miss Washington, did you hear me go through the rights for a tenant in a landlord-tenant case?
Yes.
Yes. Miss Richmond, I should let you know in an era of transparency and disclosure, Miss Washington is my cousin. She's about my second cousin once removed or something. Her grandfather was my first cousin.
Oh,
And
wow.
I watched those little girls grow up. He's passed away. In fact, her mother, bless her, has also passed away. Miss Washington, do you have any issue with me handling this case?
No.
Miss Richmond, do you?
No, I don't.
All right. What's the circumstance here, Miss Richmond?
She is behind in rent, $3,513.90. Court costs of $174.10, with a total through May of $3,688. She went to Neighborhood Inc., but I have been working with them for 6 months on another case, and I haven't gotten a dime. I'm not going to work with them at all.
The problem is I don't know that you have the discretion to not work with them anymore. You used to. Maybe there's an argument that you're compelled to, but if you're screwing around and you're not getting any money, it just makes it worse. Miss Washington, do you have a plan to try to get caught up on this?
Well, currently I'm working 2 jobs now, but I mean, with everything that I'm behind, plus still trying to keep current.
I can't see your face. Where are you working?
I work at Buffalo Library.
I'm only 2 people in the table. So what's that? That's called. There. So.
Judge, it's because you can hear through the walls in those rooms.
Oh, yes, it is. Well, they should be in a breakout. I shouldn't even be able to hear them.
They're in the other room. You can hear.
Oh, yeah. So Keisha's in one room and he's in, who's in the conference room?
James Banks.
I know, but also Mr. Baldwin is in there.
No, it's Sean Haley is the label, but there's nobody in there.
Oh, I see. Let me I got it. Mr. Baldwin, you're fine. All right, I put the waiting room. Yeah, thanks, Meg. That was annoying.
Okay.
All right, so.
Do I have to work with Neighborhood Inc.?
Meg, what's your take on that?
Well, at the end of this, I was going to say, Mrs. Richmond, perhaps direct your tenant to contact us, and I might be able to shake something loose. I don't know what's going on. I have had issues over there before. But as far as the law goes, based on the size of the operation, it is, we haven't seen these new laws litigated, but I do think I'm in a position to advocate for tenants. We would argue, yes, that the landlord has to allow the tenant the opportunity to apply and,
But you have to allow you don't have to continue the matter indefinitely or waive the time limits.
that's right.
So-
The law requires, a maximum of, I think it's 25 days under the Summary Proceedings Act.
Yes.
So I don't think the other laws supersede that timeline. For the landlord to decline to participate, I think would be a problem. But if the agency hasn't supplied the funding within the timeline for the judgment, then that's not the landlord's burden to bear. That's on the agency to either, get its act together or lose money.
The rule originally, and you did a lot of this, and it was cumbersome. There was all kinds of emergency COVID money flowing, and ultimately people got paid. And they could elect to participate or not. Many of the landlords elected to participate and got a lot of back rent paid. Then the bureaucracy got in the way and people were waiting months and months, and the landlords decided, we don't want to do this. Either pay the rent or don't. We're not going to wait for emergency financial assistance. Then they changed the law and said, you have to participate. You can't decline a funding source. There is some issue regarding the size of the operation, and as she said, no, I haven't seen any case on appeal on these, but nonetheless, we're gonna adjourn this.
Well, I talked to Keisha the other day and we were going to try to work it out. And I would like to help her. She's a single mom with children. I would like to, but I have been waiting since December for Neighborhood Inc. on another case. And
Well,
nobody
let's see
pays
how
the
we do
rent.
on. Well, what Meg said, have that client call legal aid, maybe they can light a fire under somebody. But they had some transition in personnel. Miss McNary's there. She's very capable.
Well,
and
I don't know about that.
Well, it's a bureaucracy, certainly. All right, I'm going to continue this to June 5th.
Meg, what do you think?
I can't chime in. Each case is individual, but I do know that I've had a good response from the CEO. I've worked with her on a couple of cases and she's been very responsive to me. That's kind of all I can say without a fact-specific analysis.
Right, but we tried to contact her to see what was going on and we never got a call back.
Well, the time limits have certainly passed in that case. I don't know if there was a conditional order or what, but if they haven't paid since December, you certainly could pursue the termination of tenancy and eviction. Ms. Washington, we're going to adjourn this to next Friday, June 5th at 2 o'clock. By that time, you're also going to owe June's rent. And that would be another $740. The Richmonds are always trying to work with good tenants and try to keep them there. You are working. And you may be able to get some help. If you can't, you may have to move. $740 is about the lowest unsubsidized rent you're going to find in Sturgis. So stay in contact with your landlord, stay in contact with Neighborhood Inc. or DHS, and we'll visit this matter again next Friday at 2 o'clock. All right, do you have any questions?
No.
All right, thank you.
I'll be in touch, Keisha.
Thank you.
Okay.
That would mean her kids are like my first cousin 3 times removed. I'm not sure how all that is, but let's talk to Mr. Luther Baldwin. He's been very patient, and his case was set for 9:50. We're about 40 minutes behind. That does happen. Ms. Richmond, what's the status here?
Okay, in rent, he owes $1,280 through May. $154.93 in court costs with a total of $1,434. And he's been working, he's made some payments, so he's trying.
All right, Mr. Baldwin, well, it sounds like you're working on this. Where are you working?
I work in the RV industry. I make boats for a living at Barletta Boats, Bristol, Indiana.
In the RV industry? Well, where do you work?
We kind of died our hours a little bit. That's kind of what we got behind.
Who's your company?
It's called Barletta Boats. Indiana. We make boats, pontoons.
All right, we're going to adjourn this to next Friday at 2:10.
Yes, sir. I actually dropped it off and money order for $200 today. I'm trying to catch back up. I'm going to catch back up.
Yeah, you're not in too bad a shape.
All right, you keep making payments. Any payment you make will be assigned to the arrearage. Are they on rate at Barletta, or are you making an hourly wage?
You say what, Your Honor?
On rate at Barletta?
I mean, if we get paid weekly, it's not really a rate or anything like that. We're kind of like not really RV, but we are in the industry, if that makes sense. Like we're on like weekly.
Yes. Well, some of those, when they're paying, they pay a lot of money each week. All right,
I mean,
we're
I
going to
make good
revisit
money, don't
this.
get me wrong, but I got so custody of my son now, so a lot of stuff happened. But I'll catch back up.
Yep.
All right, that sounds like it. I'll see you next Friday at 2:10. You're good to go.
Thank you so much.
All right, next is Terry and Larry Richmond versus Patrice Craig. And she's not here.
She's almost caught up.
Let me see what we got here. I believe she was personally served. Let me look.
I think so.
Yes. What's the status here, Ms. Richmond?
She owes $211.50 in rent, $154.76 in court costs, with a total of $366.26 through the 4th, June 4th. She pays weekly.
Well, you sent me a judgment like you always do. You're very good on your numbers. You got right to the penny and easily related. I appreciate it each time we meet. I find by default that through June 4th, defendant owes $211.50 in rent, $156.76 in court costs, for a total of $366.26. That's due within 10 days from today, which would be June the 8th. No money judgment is entered at this time. The appeal date is also June 8th. All right, we've continued a couple cases to next week. Do we have a damage hearing a little later this morning?
Yes, we do at 11, so I'll be back in half hour.
All right, I'll see you then. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, that brings us to 10 o'clock, which would bring us to our civil cases, and Mr. Preston Nate is here on several LVNV funding matters. Mr. Nate, would you rejoin us?
Yes.
Thank you for your patience. We're 32 minutes behind, all things considered. It could have been worse.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
This is a claim. It isn't exorbitant. It's $989.42 plus cost, interest, and attorney fees. Parties were put in a breakout room. This is set for a motion for summary disposition and a pretrial. Mr. Nate, what's the status here?
I'm happy to say we did work out a payment plan in the breakout room. We're gonna go ahead and do a consent judgment on the full balance at $25 a month, starting June 30th, 2026. Mr. Banks did want to take a look at that consent judgment, so I was gonna email him a copy so he could review that and sign it in the payment. But hopefully this is a resolved matter.
I've got one here. I think I can doctor up.
That would be fine.
The damages, Mr. Banks, are $989.42. The court costs, which is the filing fee and the service fee and the motion fee, is $118. They've waived the attorney fee. So the total is $1,072.42. I show this as a consent judgment. Defendant shall make payments of $25 each month starting June 30th. Is that acceptable to you, Mr. Banks?
Yes. Yes.
And you agree to those terms and conditions?
Yes. Yes.
Very good. Mr. Nate, the order you sent me adapted very well to this agreement. I just changed it from summary disposition to consent, and it's got the stuff in it, so we can just use that.
That'll work.
Mr. Banks, this is a pretty low payment. This would pay about $300 a year. So it would actually take about 4 years to pay this off. If you can pay more, if you get a tax refund or you sell a car or you inherit some money or you win the lottery or something, you can just pay it off. But as long as you pay $25 per month at the end of each month, they won't pursue any other collection. And no garnishment of wages or bank accounts or that sort of thing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, I'd like you to go out to the counter and the clerk will give you a copy of that consent order. And I will note that you did consent on the record to those terms and conditions. Very good. If you go out to the counter, they'll give you a copy of that and you go on about your business. Thank you for being here. And thank you for your patience. Laura, would you come get a copy of that for Elaine or for Michelle so they can give Mr. Banks his consent order? All right, Mr. Nate, it doesn't look like anybody else is here. I'll call these in order. The next one is LVND Funding versus Rebecca Smith. This is a claim for $1,123.82. Jennifer Payon had filed an appearance in this matter, and she's not here. What's the status on this one?
So this completely resolved. We did get a signed consent judgment back. I thought we had mailed it to the court, but it might not have gotten to you yet. So I'll make sure that gets refiled so you have a copy. There's no terms. It's just we'll put a 90-day stay on collection efforts while they continue to try to work out a payment plan.
No, you take these. All right, I will note there's a consent judgment on the way. That's why nobody's here, except me and you. Let's see here. I got people in the waiting room. No, I don't. Then we have Citibank versus Arturo Luna. This is another Jennifer Payon matter where she's filed an appearance for the defendant, which usually means they're working with a debt consolidation company. This is a claim for $6,974 plus cost, interest, and attorney fees. What's the status on this one?
So unfortunately, we did not get this worked out yet. A lot of times we get something back from Jenny on getting these resolved, but nothing on this one yet. So they're still trying to figure out a payment plan. I probably want to just move forward with the motion today, and then they can continue to work on that.
All right. It is a motion for summary disposition where it's alleged that there is no material issue of fact and the defendant has not stated a defense. Ms. Payon did file a generic answer on behalf of the defendant denying the allegations, which gets past the default but does not get past a summary disposition motion. I'm going to grant summary disposition. I have an order here, which I do appreciate. It makes our life so much easier when you give me the order. $6,974.42, $172.93 in cost for a total summary disposition judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $7,147.35. All right, that takes care of all of our business. Took longer than we had hoped, but what we did took about 8 minutes. The rest of it was just waiting time. But all right, I got more fish to fry here, so thanks. I'll see you next time.
You're welcome. Have a great day, Your Honor. Thanks.
All right, that finishes our general civil cases. Our next matter is set for 10:40. I don't see anybody else here. I don't see us here. Mr. Locus is here. Meg, this is a holdover case from last week. The defendant's mother wants him to move and is asking to terminate his tenancy.
Yes, we do see these family cases a couple times a month.
Yes, I'm sure you see dozens of them in Kalamazoo. Hundreds.
Sorry, I guess I'm still losing my voice here. I was trying to say yeah, but I'm coming out.
You can see from his surroundings why Mr. Locus' mother wants to remove him. Good morning, Mr. Locus.
Good morning.
All right, I'm waiting for your mother to join us. You indicated that you plan to move. Have you made any progress in that?
Yes, I have. be moving probably up to Berry County.
Have you found a place to move to?
Yes,
Where's that?
it's up near Orangeville in Berry County by Hastings.
Out near where?
Hastings.
Kingston.
Hastings.
Oh, Hastings. You have any connection up in Berry County?
Oh yeah, my oldest daughter's mother lives up there.
Oh, good. Well, we'll wait a minute for Mildred to show up. Don't go away. I'm gonna take these two civil files outside and give them to the clerk, and I'll be right back. So you stay right where you are while we wait for your mother to join us. Oh. All right, well, she isn't here. I'm gonna put you in the waiting room for just a minute. I guess I would encourage you to continue to try to relocate, but she isn't here.
Definitely relocated.
All right. So don't go away. I'm gonna leave you here for just a bit. All right, I got rid of a bunch of big fat files, which is a plus. We have a damage hearing at 11. We have a couple of other matters. We have, oh, I forgot a Citibank case with Mr. No, that's next week. Signed the order of dismissal in Julianne McCann, 26857. Longoria versus McCann and Learn versus Tevlin. We put those on the record earlier. All right, we got people in the waiting room. Let's see who's there. I think Miss Richmond may have joined us. Nicole Hardin. I'm gonna have Mr. Locus wait just a few more minutes. So he's preparing to move anyway. Stop this. The record's been running since 8:45. It is a beautiful day. There's no wind. It's blue sky and a couple of fluffy clouds. The maintenance guys are out on the roof doing the construction. One of the bailiffs, Paul Kindick, showed me some pictures of the upstairs of the historic courthouse. It's been completely demolished. It looks like a bomb went off in there. Here's Miss Hinton. I thought this one. All right, Mr. Locus, Miss Hinton, would you turn on your camera and unmute your microphone? Mr. Locus, your mother has arrived. She's late, but she's kind of here. I can see her name on the screen. Miss Hinton, would you turn on your camera and your microphone? That's why I ask you to wait. Thank you for your patience. Often people show up late for their own hearing. Miss Hinton, would you join us, please? First, you're late. Now I can't hear you or see you. Well, it looks like a nice day where you are. Miss Hinton, I saw a flash of you. Please join us. Mr. Locus, did you guys get hit by the tornado?
Oh, yeah. I guess the outer wall was only like a block and a half from there. Most severe force winds from that.
Miss, would you join us, please?
Actually, my childhood home got pretty much destroyed in that tornado.
Where was that?
Right next to Huddleston.
Oh, on South Main Street?
Yeah.
Yeah, South Main Street is still in distress. They got all the trees out of there. Miss Hinton. Oh, she is here. Mr. Locus, you agree you're gonna move within 10 days?
Yeah.
All right, that'd be by June 8th.
Is there any way I can get like 5 extra days? So like 15 days?
Well, she can give you up to 56 days.
Okay.
You got a lot of stuff down there. You're laying on a pile of your possessions. Anyway, I will show that she was here in spirit, although I couldn't hear her or see her. You've been here for a half an hour. You agree to move by June 8th. No money judgment is entered at this time. And if you're not out by that date, you're subject to being evicted. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you're good to go. Thank you for your patience.
Have a nice day.
All right, thanks. I'll let you go. All right, Mildred Hinton is somewhere in the background, but that's no comfort to me since I can't hear her or speak to her. Let's see who else has joined us. Robert Dutka.
I didn't. They're right there.
Yeah, he's still there.
He's right there.
Yeah, but can he hear me?
He should be able to.
Yes.
All right, you showed up for your own hearing. Then
Yeah, I
I
told
put,
you, I heard you tell him June 8th. I seen all this and I hear you, but you couldn't see or hear me.
no, he's got until June 8th to move, or you can ask for a writ of eviction. There he is right there. You can give him additional time. He said he may need a few more days, but this is a very poor way to come to court. I couldn't hear you, see you. Now all I see is 7th Street, but I gave you.
Turned around.
He
Okay, here I
has,
am.
all right,
See,
there's James. Yes.
This is Mildred.
Yes, all right, he has to move by June 8th, or he's subject to being evicted, although you can give him some extra days. I don't like when you show up 10 or 12 minutes late for your own hearing. We sat around twiddling thumbs, then you logged in and I couldn't hear you or see you. Anyway, I gave.
Started at 10 after, trying to get this done. Okay.
All right, you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll send that order in the mail. All right, Mildred was Carlisle. All right, we've got a few bumps in the road in the meantime. I would note that we did do a conditional order of dismissal in Riverside Townhouses versus Betty Bell. And I've entered that order, so we will not be having a hearing on that matter. Miss Terry Richmond is here on her own regard and a damage hearing in the matter of 252442 LT People versus Raymond Swartz. Mr. Swartz is not here. It's 11:59. We'll let the clock tick for a minute. See if he's shown up. Hi, we're looking for a, what's first name? Raymond Swartz. All right, thanks. Bye. He is not checked in.
Yes.
Ms. Rich, you raise your right hand. You swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief.
Yes, sir.
You might want to lock your door. It looks like there's some strange man lurking outside in front of your house.
There's a strange man out front and there's somebody on the deck. And I got
okay.
Everybody, we're getting our summer furniture out.
Yeah, it finally turned into summer.
Yes.
This was a previous possession judgment in this matter. It has a 2025 case number 252642LT. Ms. Richmond had paid the fee for supplemental money damages. And as she does, she waits until the people vacate, and then she does a very succinct security deposit notice. So we'll proceed from that. Let me get my notes straight here. Let's see, maybe somebody's in the background here. Mildred Hinton.
Said I can.
Does she live on 7th Street?
Yes.
I think she lives right behind our shop.
I think so.
I think we used to own that place.
This case, you're asking for rent arrearage in the amount of $1,890.44. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Repair holes in the drywall with labor and installation $422. Is that correct?
That's correct.
3 broken windows with labor $150. That's quite reasonable. 1 broken thermal window $65. Are those accurate?
Yes.
Replace 3 storm windows on the back porch at $45 each at $135.
Yes.
Replace 1 entrance door with labor, $225. Is that correct?
I had to replace 6 interior doors.
Well, that's next.
Oh.
That was the entrance door.
Oh,
Next
in the
is
front.
6 interior doors with labor, $470. They trashed this place. Is this the one where he left and other people were in there?
No, he
Just
was
random?
there. But his kids are a mess.
Cleaning excessive filth. I'm not sure what the price tag is for that, but $650 sounds reasonable. Is that correct?
That's correct.
3 men at $20, $30 an hour for 10 hours to haul trash out of the house, $900.
Yeah.
3 dump trailers and 2 pickup trucks. Boy, what a mess.
Oh, it was.
$750. Clean backyard and rototill and plant new grass, $150. And writ fee $314.79.
I've never had one that high before.
Total damage is $6,122.23. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
And there was a security deposit of $1,080. So the total damages are $5,042.23.
That's correct.
5. Oh. $223. 158.45 and 15 for court costs.
And the writ.
173.45 in costs.
Yes.
I left the Southwest Legal up and the other stuff. Boy, Bruce sure does a good job on these difficult cases.
Yes, he does. And you know, he's so kind to the people.
He's leaving soon. The question was whether he was going to retire first or I was.
He's leaving too?
Yes, you're going to have to train a new judge and a new. I'm not sure how soon he's leaving. He wouldn't give. He just said sooner rather than later. But he and his wife Virginia make my job so much easier by being so calm.
Yeah,
All right.
he does a good job.
Not here. I've entered your default judgment for damages as requested.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I'll see you next time. Thank you.
All right, see you soon. Thank you.
All right, you're good to go. Thank you. 521568. All right, we've got Mr. Dutka at 11:10. We got 5 minutes. And Jordan Harden is here on the Finrick case, which is 11:15. Meg Bauer is still with us in the background. Good morning, Mr. Dutka.
Good morning, Judge.
Katie Rohr is here, I think. I'm not sure who that is. Katie V. All right, Katie Rohr, there she is. And it looks like maybe Hugh Rohr is here also. Ms. Rohr, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, let me call the case. 26807 LT. Thank you for being here early. This is a continued termination of tenancy hearing. It's entitled Hugh Rohr versus Katie Rohr. Robert Dutka is representing the plaintiff, Hugh Rohr. We made a record last week. Mr. Rohr vacated. She's there. He wants it back. She indicated she was looking for a place. Her father moved out. She moved in, but does not have ownership of the property. Mr. Dutka, is that still the circumstance here?
Yes, sir, it is.
Ms. Rohr, what's your position?
Well, I'm looking for a place. I had a place, but the plan changed with my dad on what he wanted to do with the house, and he immediately wanted it back immediately, and I didn't have time to get a place.
Well, as I told you last time, you have 10 days from today to vacate or you're subject to being evicted. 10 days from today is June the 8th. No money judgment is entered at this time. You also have until June 8th to appeal this. Now, I tell everyone at these hearings that they have to turn in their keys and give their forwarding address in writing within 4 days of their moving. This is a family situation. I've had several of these today. So there probably is not a security deposit or a lease. Anyway, that's what the law says of the security deposit law. Someone has come in by telephone. We'll deal with them in a minute. So do you understand, Ms. Rohr? You have to vacate within 10 days or you're subject to being evicted.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
No.
All right.
Judge, I think that's Mr. Rohr, judging by the telephone number on it.
All right. Mr. Hugh Rohr, is that you?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Dutka has been here representing your interest. Katie Rohr was here. I made a finding that she has 10 days to move or she's subject to being evicted. She understands that. You can give her more than that. You don't have to evict her on June 8th by the letter of the law. Unless she is vacated by that time, she is subject to a writ of eviction. All right, thank you all.
Okay,
Mr. Dutka,
now
I'll see you.
is that,
Go ahead.
I wanted to ask you, is that my decision? Can that go past June the 8th, you said?
Yes, you have 56 days from today, so you actually have 46 days past June 8th to allow her to vacate if she can't find a place to live. Stay in contact with the lawyer, Mr. Dutka. He knows these rules very well, and he can assist you also.
Okay.
All right, I wish you good luck.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.